Hello everyone, welcome back to part 2 of our coffee cup drawing in Onshape. And in this video we're going to look at adding the offset because we will be shelling out. We can't drink from a coffee cup that is a solid mass. So we will be shelling this out. We need to make sure that we add the correct offset dimensions so that we can leave our wall around the coffee cup for that. So for this dimension here, make sure that you right click and select edit. If you haven't already done so, you need to be in this editing context. And then on the quick access toolbar, I will come up and I will look for the offset command. And I'm going to need to offset from the arc that we put in earlier. And here I have my directional arrow pointing outward. So if I just hover and click on the arrow, it'll then give me the opposite direction. And the next left click will then activate the dimensional constraint. So I will want this to be 6 millimeters. And now the next one will be this line. Again, left click, hover, left click on the arrow to change the direction. Left click again to open the editing dimensional box. And finally, I will do my bottom one, which will be 6 millimeters. And what you're going to notice now is that when I added those, these cross over here, and there's a quick way in order for us to get rid of that, and that is called the trim. So on the quick access toolbar, I'll activate the trim, and it'll change that segment to where those two lines intersect. It'll create a new vertex, and it will delete anything beyond that point. Let's see, the other thing that I'm going to want to do is make sure that these the vertex is coincident to these endpoints. Otherwise, when I go to revolve it, it's not going to allow me to, or when I shell it out. So I'm going to use my quick access. I want to check the endpoint and the line just to ensure. And you can see up here, it actually did not offset it. So I'm going to select the endpoint and then the line, and it will then make those coincident, as you can see. And from here, now I'm ready to go ahead and use the revolve command. Actually, I think what we want to do, they have you change this to main sketch. So we're going to call this the main sketch, and we'll do that before we revolve. So after you change the title, we will then accept that, and now we're ready to revolve this about the axis. And you revolve this, you're going to use, I definitely recommend it since we're looking in three-dimensional space. This way might be better for you. When we're looking in three-dimensional space, that you go to a more of an isometric view. So I'm going to select both of these sketches as well to revolve. Then I'm going to click on my revolve axis, which is this vertical line, and it has now revolved about that vertical axis. From here, what I think what we should do, or what they have you do, is go ahead and accept it. And then down below, we want to go ahead and rename this part. So we're going to go down to the feature tree, go to the bottom to the parts menu, right click and rename. And we're going to now give this the title of coffee cup. And the last thing that we'll do for this video is probably change the color. You can do it a couple different places. You can come over here on the appearance panel, hover and select the appearance panel. All of your parts, right now we only have one, but all of your parts will be in here and populate the appearance menu. And this will allow us a quick way. We're going to access it, and I think they use like a nice clay brown, something like that. So let's go ahead and accept that. Close out the appearance menu. And now we have our three-dimensional beginning to our coffee cup. So check back for part 3, and part 3 is where we're going to add the handle to our coffee cup, and then from there we will shell out the coffee cup to get our total mass. Thank you, and I will see you in a bit.